Hi everyone.
Oh,
You know what? You know what happened there. I was thinking of how do you say hello in Japanese again, and my brain went completely blank. So
I mean, you could have decided to go with konnichiwa or
yes, that's what I was thinking about.
moshi.
I was thinking about konnichiwa and or mushi. Mushi would have made a
Mhm.
good one. So the mushi everyone. Mushi. But then my brain just went blank. You know when you're
Yeah,
not
it
trying
should.
to you're not trying to um you're now trying to when you're now trying to imagine what's the name of this thing, you're trying to imagine the anime or something saying the words out so that you can remember, but then when they're saying blank things and you're like, huh, why my brain not working? Anyways, hi everyone, welcome to another episode of A&O Nyusu. Your host Foro, and I'm with my co-host Jola, and we're going to bring you the news or the headlines from across the anime and the game world. I'm sure I'll have a little bit more stuff on the game area, but yeah, because a lot of things have been happening in the last few weeks, and
Yes, I know. I know. Yeah, go on.
yes,
Mhm.
Jola is not really happy with the things that have been happening.
No,
Not
I'm
that no,
fine as
no,
long as
no.
they don't.
Yeah,
We'll
it's
get
but
there, Sha.
it's an uncertainty. That's the problem. It's an uncertainty. So it's
They
not
are
something
not
that
crazy enough. Well, they may be, Sha. If they feel like they are that confident in their money, they
it's
can
an
carry on.
uncertainty. It's an
As long as
uncertainty.
they are ready for
Yeah,
all
we,
the
we,
stuff
we,
that will
we
come with
would
it.
we would discuss it when we get there. We'll discuss it when we get there.
Mm.
So, Jola, do you want to start?
No, you carry it.
Okay, because a lot of the other parts were on the other side. That's why I was asking if you wanted to start.
You're the one who. Fine, fine. See, you've thrown me off. Let me just tell you.
Okay, so you're prepared for the other side. You were well
I was
prepared.
prepared for what I. Yes,
Okay, no
yes.
problem. Then I take it. I'll start with Miles Morales is Wolverine in a What If comic special. So basically, they're saying, how do you think that'll look?
It,
Miles Morales, Wolverine. What if? I mean, you've seen What If, so it might not look that crazily different. It's just going to be something to
um,
see.
I wouldn't have put that together, but I guess that's the whole point
But
of what if.
I don't think I would have not put that together. Sorry to say, because Wolverine and Spider-Man have always had that kind of relationship.
They
Even in the
have.
cartoons back then, yeah, because every time there was a crossover, I've seen Spider-Man appear on Wolverine or seen Wolverine appear on Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man was the one that used to cross over into the Avengers a lot of times. I mean, not the Avengers, sorry, into X-Men a lot of times,
X-Men.
and
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I've
I
seen
don't know
Wolverine
that
and
much about
Spider-Man.
it. Let me
Yeah,
see.
it's happened a couple of times. Anyways,
Okay.
um,
Okay.
the next one is that the Batman movie that is coming out is going to be. It's looking like it's going to be the longest ever Batman movie. I think it was at 2 hours and something, almost 40 something minutes at the moment. So,
Let's hope it's not that is long and then
and
bad
it's
snooze
rubbish. Yeah,
fest.
it has to be
So
good. But there's the thought of it being seeming like some sort of horror as well, as in not
yeah, I saw
horror,
that
but
too.
it's like that
But it's
kind
like
of
the most
dark, really, really,
graphic,
really,
dark,
yeah.
as if Arkham City, the city of Arkham, whatever, is not already dark. Not
But
Arkham, sorry. What is it?
no, Arkham
Gotham.
City. I
I was
Gotham,
thinking
yeah.
of Arkham and the mad
Tyler,
guys
yeah,
in
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I
I
was
know, no.
thinking. I mixed
I
it.
know what you mean. I know what you mean. But it's
Frosty.
let's bring that back. But but yes, it's going to be really dark, and that leads into the next one because they said the director, whoever, um, put the Riddler, who is in this coming one of the bad guys in the coming one. The Riddler was inspired by the Zodiac Killer. So the Zodiac Killer, if people don't know, is a famous serial killer that killed a lot of people in real life. This is not like a joke. So I've watched documentaries on the Zodiac, very, very twisted human being. So if the Riddler is inspired by him, you can understand where how dark they're really taking it for this.
For this one.
For this one. I mean, and I can understand it because let's not lie, the Joker was not smiley It wasn't
In mean in the
movie Joker.
movie or
The movie
oh,
Joker.
okay.
You've not still seen it. You've not.
Oh, you mean Joaquin? Sorry, I was
Yes.
thinking of Heath Ledger. I honestly, Joaquin is not in my head when I think Joker. I've still not seen it. No. Look, it's not on my radar. Like I understand that I will see it, but it's not on my radar. I have it on my DSTV. Like
it's not. That's
on
not
my.
an excuse.
It's not an excuse. I'm telling you, it's not on my radar.
Don't tell me where you have it. I mean, I'm just trying to say like.
I'm trying to say it's even accessible, like very easy. I don't have to use the cable.
You know what? Seriously, just take out 2 hours of your day. I'm not even saying anything. Wait, sorry.
I get this, but it just hasn't Joker. Seriously appealed to me. I know.
It's not one of these. It's not one of these dead drag.
I know. I've heard all the good things. Nobody insults the movie or whatever. Basically, yeah. I know, but it's also not like I'm not like pushed. I will try my best to do it.
Jeez, this has been over 2 years now. We've been begging you to see this movie.
No, it's not the one you were begging me to watch.
So it's not up to 2 years, but it's still at least almost a year now. I'm just saying that it's been a while. Come on, like at this point, the movie is almost getting. It's where your kids that will probably end up seeing the movie at this point because. Seriously, please. Yeah. Jola not watching the Joker yet. Guys, please tell her to watch it. Anyways, Peacemaker. Are you watching it? I've not seen. I think 4 episodes are out now. Nah. I've not tried it yet.
I haven't watched it yet. No.
Why are you laughing?
No, I'm laughing at you. You're too frosty. Don't mind me.
Oh, did I not say Peacemaker?
No. It's you did say Peacemaker.
Okay.
You just said don't worry.
Anyway, you guys heard I didn't hear, so let's
random moments.
Very, very random moments. So I want to see it. I don't know how good it is yet. I mean, obviously we did enjoy Suicide Squad, but I don't know if Peacemaker is going to be great or not. So I'm hoping that they carried forward the energy from Suicide Is it Squad. James Gunn doing Peacemaker or is it someone else? I think it's something.
I'm not sure. I'd have to check that.
Yeah, something to find out to see. Because if it's James Gunn doing it, then I can with certainty say I will check it out. But if he is not doing it, then
nah. If you want to check it now.
I mean, I'll also check it out, but it's one of those things that you go in like feeling like can the person keep up to the standard of the movie.
Fair enough.
Anyways, and then the next one is Paramount are delaying Mission Impossible 7 and 8 by a year. Now, my question is, why is Mission Impossible still going on to 7 and 8? Why are they the Fast and Furious franchise? Why these movies keep doing these things? Like
it's Tom Cruise, man.
Yeah, it's the same thing like Fast and Furious. Not that I did not enjoy it.
It's not quite. It's not quite the same because at least Mission Impossible is a better franchise.
It's a better franchise. I agree. That's what I enjoyed the one with what's his name? What's his face?
Henry Cavill, yeah.
Henry Cavill and all of that. But you don't need to take a movie over to 7 and 8. It's like imagine if Die Hard had gotten to like 8, Die Hard 9, Die Hard. Even at some point, Die Hard became tired. We were tired. We're tired of Die Hard. Like, one.
You get tired of anything when it gets too long.
Then they not start doing that. It's not start becoming every Christmas. Die Hard. Die Hard's the guy's sword. Die Hard. I'm like, oh, seriously. They're not. They were just taking it far. Same thing with Terminator. What is up with?
Oh, that one was fantastic and worse because that went down. After
what's his name? Arnold went to be a governor. They now fill the gap in with some other stuff. Then they now even did a fake Arnold at some point because they had to. Then after Arnold came back from finished his governorship stint, they brought him back to now join the movie franchise again, and he was back. And next, it's even this last one that happened. This female Terminator,
Or the
and
one
then the
with
other one.
female Terminator.
Yeah,
I'm
like
not too sure which is the last. I'm not keeping track. Is
I
the
think
last
that's
one the one with the Khaleesi baby in it? Oh, that's not the last one.
Is it? Yeah, I think that's the one. I'm not even sure, But this was one that there were two. One of the Terminators went back. I mean, to save, whether to save some, whether to save the Sarah before. No, so it wasn't about saving the boy. It was about saving her,
Sarah herself.
Herself, I think, or something funny like that. And then there was the other one that they now brought back, that in Terminator 2, which is one of the best ones, which is where we saw the one that came back, the Terminator that came, not Arnold, or the guy that was against Arnold.
The other one, the bad one.
The bad one that was melting into metal and this. So they now brought that. They now brought a female version, I think, that was also doing something similar to that kind of. She is. I mean.
Honestly, I'm not too sure. One of these days, perhaps I would go back and even watch that Terminator and see how it lasts, like how it will be watching it now.
It's a good point you make, because I think it's what these movies are worth sitting down from the start. A lot of all these movies like Die Hard, Terminator, Mission Impossible, even Fast and Furious. Like, I'm just trying to say, like, if someone could just sit down and like just watch it to see how it looks now, especially the older ones, where it peaked, where it got to the top and you're like, okay, this is really good. And then where it plateaued. And then you now start seeing it fall down till now, stop making these movies. It'll be quite interesting to see. Also, to add to that point, I think that's why a lot of movies like James Bond, they switch the actors. They had to keep switching it. So it's like so instead of going James Bond 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and just keep doing
just do it.
Just switch the actors, and I see the whole create kind of, it can be the same story, different story, whatever, but switch the actors and everybody just switches, and automatically our brain gets refreshed. Think it's a new movie.
But I don't want that with Mission Impossible.
No, I mean, I don't want that with Mission Impossible.
I'm just saying.
Mission Impossible should end. Like, I don't think they should do that with Mission. It should just end. But I'm trying to say, like, this is how to keep things fresh. You can't just keep spitting out the same people over and over again. And next time you're seeing someone very old and you expect me to think that they are moving very quick. No.
I'm telling you. That is because of the power of family as well. That's those kind of things. That's what they're using. It will be with walking sticks, and they're still doing all sorts of.
And they're still, oh my days. I think every movie should any movie, even the really good ones, as long as get to 4 and stop. 4 should be the limit. Like 4 parts to the movie. That's the limit. Let's end it there. Maybe if anybody can tell me a movie that went to part 5 and was really, really good. And I mean part 5.
Sure,
and I don't mean there are different movies that have done 5 different parts, but it's different stories.
But they weren't,
It's not concurrent. Like now, Lord of the Rings, we know that it wasn't just a straight movie. Harry Potter, even if it was it wasn't just like straight like that. So what I'm trying to say is that it's not just.
I would say Harry Potter is a bit like. I get what you're trying to say.
I'm trying to say there's a lot.
Harry Potter is not vastly.
What I'm trying to say is that it's not vastly different. Like there's a movie, but I'm trying to say that the story from where the points were to where the final point is like it's like they cut a very, very long movie into different parts and then they show the growth. And when you start a movie from someone that's been a child, it's easy to follow all the way to.
Agreed.
That one. But if you give us a movie that you're already a grown-ass man or a grown-ass woman, and then you're now telling me that in the next 10 years, you're still 30 years old, come on, seriously, just stop. Anyways, our next one is Squid Game has confirmed season 2. So basically, Netflix has confirmed season 2 of Squid Game. and yeah, it's Squid Game universe. So they that's what they're calling it. And
But
I'm
that's what
thinking,
the CEO said. But I'm
yeah, I
hoping
mean,
that's
I
not
read
what
that on Twitter
happens.
as well. So I think I'm just, I'm thinking they want to make it into a whole
Yeah, that's what I'm
thing.
saying. They shouldn't. They shouldn't. They should even have just left it at the one. That would have been fine as well. But even if they want to do two, okay, he wants to get back at the people. But a whole universe, hmm,
Hmm.
yeah, okay.
I mean, you just think that what is it there? I mean, but you know what? Let me allow it. Should I tell you why I should allow it? Should I tell you why you might have to allow the universe or allow and allow a part for part two and more to it? Because what I'm trying to say is that what we saw was a man. Sorry, I'm going to just stay on this for a second. What we saw, because I just thought about it, what we saw was a man that was down on his luck, and many other people down on their luck, or even more useless at the same time, being roped into this game of survival to win
Mm.
money. Now, there are many people that watch this game of survival and bet on it, and then so the chances are that such games exist, just not inside that one section, or rather all across the world, or rather there are different kind of this thing because there is one overarching main company that oversees it. So the chances that that was just a small section is very, very huge. So if they decided
Agreed,
to,
sure.
what I'm trying to say is that if they decided to expand out that thing into much more storylines, it's not going to be bad or boring because it's easy to say. It's just like us watching One Piece and then just being on one arc, for example, and you're thinking that the world ends in what's the name, Grand Line. Like before you cross to the other side, it just ends there. Then by the time you now get there, they can now expand and say there is more. There's a whole world out there. This is just a small section. You don't know what's going on out there. And then they now take us there, and then there's more to see, there's more to watch. So I just
So
use one.
you're saying if it expands beyond the simply watching people do crazy things for money,
No, I'm not trying to say watching people
or
do
within,
crazy.
or still within that, but they're just doing more crazy things for money.
Yeah, I think that it remains. I'm trying to say it remains that it's about what people doing crazy things for money in the sense, but there are different ways they can tell that. Like it doesn't have to be just as that game. Like Squid is a game thing that's going on. So we see this rich man want to play this game, but where did the idea for like I mean, where did the whole thought process come from? They could make a backstory into how he got to create that game in the first place. How did he get to play the game? Maybe there is more. Maybe he met someone. Maybe someone, I'm trying to say that there's a whole backstory that could create more avenues to jump into different opportunities to show us more and give us more content. It's just how well they write it that is going to now make it fun or rubbish.
Okay, fair enough. Guess we shall see. We shall see.
I'll see.
Um,
And then for my final,
go on.
and then for my final one, so the Black Panther 2 production is on pause again, and this is due to a COVID outbreak. So this is after it came back after is it Letitia? Yeah.
Yeah.
Letitia Wright's injury. She recovered from the injury, so he resumed, but now there's a COVID outbreak, and yeah, they've paused it again. Anyways, I can wait for it. So as long as they take that, I'm not in a rush for for it to come out. I'm still struggling to see Spider-Man 2. I mean, not Spider-Man 2. So I'm still struggling to see Spider-Man No Way Home. And it's painful because I really want to see it. And it's painful.
I know you do. And it's painful for this kind of movie that it's almost like a month old now. And you've not
do you know what? And do you know
actually
what? It's a month old. I have purposefully avoided like anytime when I scroll.
But surely you already know some things. I know you avoid, but
I mean, someone sent me a picture and they showed like that pointing sequence or something that they tried, and I don't know whether it's real or not. And you don't need to confirm it or not. I'm just trying to.
I don't even know what you're saying. What's this?
There is this whole meme of Spider-Man pointing at each other.
Oh, that. So
someone sent me a picture, and I don't know if I sent it to you. Someone sent me a picture and like they were pointing at each other on something. Then but then there's other pictures of them pointing at each other. Now, wait, I know some of those pictures of them pointing at each other is fake, whilst one of them might be real. Now, I am not even trying to know. I would still be shocked when I get there. I'll be like, oh, they pointed at each other.
You know what's funny? I had another meme, like a joke the other day, and I was about to send it to you, and I thought, I actually can't even send it to this guy. Literally, I was like, oh, and I was like, oh no.
Please, thank you for not sending it to me. I'm purposefully avoiding anything. There's so much like Andrew, there's even a story like they say Andrew Garfield said he's going to not mind doing another spider. Like, I don't even want to know why he's saying that he was want to. Maybe
I understand.
They're like, oh, Andrew Garfield figured out how to do something. I said, I don't even want to know what he figured out how to do.
You know, it's so bad that I even avoided putting it on the headlines last week because I saw that stuff and I wanted to say stuff about it, and I was like, oh, actually, I can't put it here. But yeah, anyway.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe it will be on
and
Disney.
It's not on Disney. That's the problem. Of
course not yet. Why would they put it on Disney yet? They won't now. They'll wait. Come on. This is Spider-Man we're talking about. They'll wait now. They'll wait.
It's all right.
Really? But yeah, so this is back to you. You can gloat. So how do you feel? At this point, we all know that Xbox has acquired Activision Blizzard.
60
feel
something million. Jeez. That's a lot of money.
They have money now.
These guys are moving mad. That's my own point of view. Like, you have to understand that they are doing something. They're trying. I can see the links between everything. And what I'm trying to say is that they started with, and I'm not talking about it to make it a point, because every time I say it, Jola's face goes again. But I'm trying to say they started. No.
That's our dynamic.
But go on. I'm just trying to say they started with pushing this Game Pass narrative. Now, this Game Pass narrative is something that they started pushing. It's not now, it's a while, it's been a while now, and they're pushing it, like trying to get everybody to be paying a sub. Basically, they've pushed everybody to do this kind of Netflix subscription on point. Like, let everybody subscribe to, not for internet, not to play online, because right now, even to play online is free. You don't need to subscribe anymore. It is now to actually get those games, those 100 games on what's the name, on your console. You don't need anything. You don't need just internet, and you're paying, and it's $10.99, which is not a bad amount of money for a monthly subscription. Now, you imagine that if the whole world, and I'm being huge when I say the whole world, if the whole world is subscribing, just like Netflix at some point before all these other streaming giants came along, almost Netflix was benefiting from almost everybody in the globe, because we were all paying for Netflix subs. The next thing, Amazon did a smart thing, because Amazon said, come on Prime for delivery, and you get this thing. So now, to be honest, I'm on Amazon, but not for the Prime TV movie, but for the delivery, because the delivery is free, and it's next day delivery for most of the things. So they've also caught me on that front. So now, and you still have Netflix, you still have that. Now the thing is that what I'm trying to say is that Disney has come, all these other people are coming now, and Disney, I'm sure, have been able to get some people away from Netflix. Nobody can really get people away from Amazon, just because of, it's not about the TV. It's not about their streaming.
It's not even about the TV. And I'm sure a lot of people don't even focus so much on the TV.
That's the thing.
Because to get a lot of the shows, you still need to pay again.
Exactly. So Netflix have lost people due to that a little bit. Then you now have Paramount has come out with their, or the Peacock has come up with their own. Everybody's coming out with different ones, So now it's the market is flooded. Unfortunately, on the gaming side, that market is only on Xbox is the only one that really has That's
that has carved out
that's
the niche so
idea.
much to that
That's
extent.
yes, to that extent. Now,
Yeah.
what is the problem that Xbox had that they had to fix? Titles. So now the problem they had is the titles. Like, how do you keep people here? Yes, we have our Xbox exclusives that you get on day one, but the Xbox exclusives are good enough to keep some people here. But then some other people want more because now for me, let's just say Call of Duty, for example, I still have to buy the last Call of Duty, which was about £40, the Warzone one, the one that had was I know the Warzone is this thing, but then it's the game as well. I had to pay for that. Some of these other games you have to pay for. So they first did a deal with EA. Now we started getting EA games on Game Pass, but not just all of them because EA still had their own thing because obviously they didn't buy EA. So they did a deal with EA. But then we now started, but then they started buying more studios. Now people will be thinking these guys are buying these studios so that these studios might make them exclusives. But it's not just that. That's just one side of it, and that's just a small thing. These guys are buying these studios to like get change some of these games that studios into exclusives. But it's not about that because they are not selling these exclusives. If it's that it was about the money of the sales, like to sell the game, that's different. But they're not selling the game because they are
it's to drive more people to be on Xbox and to subscribe.
Is that Game Pass? So their own is we want you on Game Pass so that you can, and now they now allowed it on all mobile phones. So now if I give you my password and everything, you can get all the Xbox on your phone and you can be playing all these games as well. So now all of a sudden they've gone and gotten Activision. Is such a huge move because the titles that are in the things that was already won that everybody was going crazy about. Then to go and get Activision is just like the titles that are there is days.
Honestly, not the titles, just Call of Duty alone without all the other is already a massive thing.
It's huge. And now I don't see them stopping. Because
as in with the acquisitions.
But yes, I don't see them stopping. I think their point is we're just going to just acquire all these studios, flood our Game Pass, and then leave it to you guys to think what you want to do with that.
What I said to you was they are doing like they want to be the next Disney but for gaming.
That's it, yeah.
Own things, even the ones you are not even sure that they own on the open, they own them.
Because all I just have to do now, when this deal is over, I'm sure all the Call of Duties are going to appear on Game Pass. All of a sudden, all I just have to do is just sit down, start from the first Call of Duty because of backward compatibility, and just start playing all the way to the final one. And just really, really enjoy myself in whatever way. Now, that's huge. Also, they can now decide to still continue to make money on the CD sales because if they decide to go and sell to Sony, for example, they make money there. Sony CDs are not cheap. To buy a game is not actually cheap. It's like a new Call of Duty will cost you almost 70 quid to buy. That's not cheap. So they will still, if they decide that they want to still make money on that front, so be it.
So that's part of it, right? That if they decide not to, they will still lose a lot of.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
That's not their goal. I guess. That's my point. It is still a lot of money, regardless.
No, yeah, I agree that it's a lot of money. But if you weigh now, what do I mean by weigh?
What long-term goal versus short-term money goal? The long-term goal is subscribers, everybody.
Now,
I know this
because. Like it or not, some people, we know how Call of Duty drags people's brains. Now, they could what they could do is like, which is some of the things that are going around in rumor vid is that they would they'll keep like things like Battleground Call of Duty, which is the war zones, all those kind of things that, and they'll keep making those ones will keep bringing new, and that one will keep going on, and all the consoles. But like the actual campaign,
the ones that come out every year, the campaign ones,
would now become an exclusive. And imagine that exclusive is now, the exclusive is going to be free for a Game Pass gamer. Now, someone that is sitting down on a PS front that is a Call of Duty head, because I know the amount of people that
Would
love Call of Duty, would now sit down and think to themselves, how much is a Series S? Series S is a very, very cheap console. It's like £200 or even less at this point. I don't know. But then they now go and buy that Series X console, subscribe to Game Pass, which is small money to them again, $10.99, and then they now get Call of Duty free, plus a whole lot of other games. So it's just not the Call of Duty. It's now all those other games that all the Xbox people say. And at first, it's to start from a place of hate. Like, I'm just buying this just because of Call of Duty. I still am a Sony fan. I hate Xbox.
Oh, no, but but the thing is, funny is, if you buy the Xbox to play one, why waste your money? You play the console.
That is what I'm
Otherwise,
trying to say.
Like,
no, as I say, it's to start from a place of it, because I've seen this in the group I'm in, which is a football group. There, everybody, I was the only Xbox person there. Every other person was PS. But the whole team, everybody now, only one person now is having a PS4. Every other person has now bought these new Xbox consoles. Why? Because obviously the shortages and everything we mentioned in the last episode, all of those things. But then these the deals going on. Then after the deals is the Game Pass. Now you now get all of a sudden the guy that used to say he will never, he doesn't want to, all of a sudden he's playing Flight Simulator, which he loves a lot. He loved in the last Xbox, but he didn't want to. Now he's playing it. He's playing all the other console games. He's here, he's doing all the things on Game Pass. What I'm trying to say is that it's just that one catch inside, and next thing you're in the world. You have no choice. You're like, it's almost like you can't get out of it now, because you're seeing all these games and all this. And then there is this other smart thing that is happening behind the scenes. Sorry, this is mostly the news, so it's I'm talking about it a lot. Yeah. Other smart thing that is happening behind the scenes. What's happening behind the scenes? There is a deal between, still the same, we call it PC, but it's Microsoft. Let's not lie. PC and Sony, and all these Sony exclusives are coming to PC.
Yeah.
Now that is worrisome. It's good for Sony at the moment because they make money, because everybody can buy.
Which is their own goal at the end.
Which is their own goal. But it's worrisome because people like to split PC and Xbox. But let's not forget, it's really almost the same company. Like, what I'm trying to say is that I know not all PCs are Microsoft.
That overall, you're still saying is, I get what you mean, that there's still a large Microsoft.
Yes.
Should I say presence, or how do I call it?
Presence. And now the main thing is that if you've given them this insight into, like, now all of a sudden PC gamers can play God of
some
War
of those
on PC.
So why would you, if you now get the Xbox One and Game Pass, you would, if you want the PlayStation ones, you might as well just use it across on the PC and not have the console.
Because if as a PC, you will just get Game Pass. You don't even need to, and you play all those games on it. So that's even one which you brought on one back door, which is and then the next one is so you get to keep, so a PC person gets to keep play PS games on their PC, and then the Xbox people get their exclusive. Get to get their subscribers through Game Pass. And then it's more of a win for Xbox, because either ways, it's more of a win for Microsoft, not even Xbox. Let me not put it like more of a win for Microsoft, because they've gotten you away from Sony in a sense, but you are still subscribing to them, because which is what they want, because the yearly subscription, which one you just pay for the other ones small. So I'm just trying to say, like, there's so much things that are going on. And now there was even this whole news that I know it's more of a joke, because they say Sony fans are begging Amazon and Apple to buy Sony so that they would so that they will come and rival
because they will buy into a larger market of Apple and what's the other thing you said? Apple and what?
Or Amazon. It was Amazon and Apple.
Amazon. Oh, okay.
No, because if Amazon and Apple buys Sony, for example, they can now it becomes a bigger big bro that Microsoft is doing. They can't do it because Apple is huge or Amazon is huge. They will be able to.
So So basically, you're saying that the joke is that Sony needs a Microsoft, and that would be Apple or Amazon or whatever.
Yes, to come and stop this bullying that because it's basically, in a sense, it's a little bit of bullying that Microsoft is doing. They're like, we have money, okay, yeah, we have money, okay, yeah.
So we even call it bullying, or they're just the ones deciding where they want to throw their money. Both parties have the money.
Sony has money. Sony has the money. But Sony
yeah,
does have
so
the
I
money,
think I don't know.
But
their own strategies are very
definitely different. But I think let's not. I don't know. This is not me saying it for sure.
Obviously,
but I'm saying that I feel like if you want to say who has more money, you will say Microsoft than Sony.
Well, yes,
they
have. I would imagine maybe yes.
Yeah, and so if Microsoft and Sony come to the table, and Sony says, and they say, and these people say 30 million, Sony might say, okay, pay 30. Xbox just say 40 million. Give me. You know that kind of thing. Like it's just, and Microsoft and Sony has to now think about it and say, do we want to rival these people and get 40 million because of trying to get this thing, or do we want to keep our money to spread it across and do other ventures? Hence why maybe the strategies which you're talking about might not be as easy for Sony to just rival Xbox on their strategy, or Microsoft on their strategies, and then still do what they want to do. So they just have to just live in their own lane and do what they want to do. Because again, that's why I said a lot of people are saying it feels just like bullying. Now,
the larger company. Sorry, go on.
With a larger company, I'm going to move into what I tweeted on this. I responded to this tweet myself with my personal account, and he said, "Had good call." So Phil Spencer, who is the Xbox CEO, said because of all the noise that is going around with the whole COD. So he said, "Had good calls with the leaders at Sony. I have confirmed our intent to honor all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision Blizzard, and our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. PlayStation. Sony is an important part of our industry, and we value our relationship." When I read this, now everybody will read this, and some people say, but a lot of people are reading it some of the ways I read it. A lot of people read this and they say, he's honoring the Xbox. I mean, COD is going to stay on Sony. Games are going to, a lot of games are going to say, fine. That is fine. That's not even the problem. The problem I have with this tweet is that had good calls with leaders at Sony. This is your rival company. Where do you get the balls to be having? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like the position you're in to be going to go have good calls, that kind of thing that they have to come and meet and say, I said, I'm not trying to say like he wasn't the one that put the meeting and said, okay, let me talk to you and tell you what's going on. But it's almost as if they have to come and say, well, no, what is going to happen now? Like this kind of begging begging or whatever is this thing. Then to come and say, our desire is like, it's our choice. That word desire is that's what I'm trying to say. The power, the position of power that this tweet comes from.
The other part I was going to say is this exactly how it was put? Exactly.
And I copied it from this is his
okay.
Tweet.
The other part I was always thinking is also the way he said an important part of our industry.
Do you get what I'm trying
There's
to say?
There's this complete ownership, like I own you.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like this is exactly what I read. And then the parts that he said, it's a carefully worded tweet. And you have to understand that if you read it very well, maybe we fans are reading too much into it. Maybe it doesn't mean anything.
I mean, it's possible, but
it's a very carefully worded. He wrote our existing agreements. Existing doesn't mean new.
Of course, it just means what is there current. Now, and it can always change.
No, so now, if existing means current is like maybe the Call of Duties that have come out till now and previous. Now, what is going on in future? The new Call of Duty doesn't mean existing.
Agreed.
So all of a sudden, he's not saying we're keeping it. He's just saying
there are no specifics. There are no specifics.
Then the word desire means it can change because it's like say, oh, you're in a relationship. I want to be your girlfriend or boyfriend, but right now my life is not in the position where we can continue to date. So it's that kind of, is our desire to, it's such, all I'm trying to say is that it's such a buster sweet in what, who would have ever thought that we will get to the point that the CEO of Xbox is saying something like this to the leaders at Sony. It's not right. No matter how you look at it, it's not right.
Well, we'll just say things are getting more and more interesting. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like I actually even tweeted this as well. Like, and I said about you, I said every time, and I said my co-host in the tweet, I said every time, by the way, you hear me say I tweeted because I'm trying to get into it and in the sense into tweeting from my own account and as well tweeting from our account.
Yeah, I told you I'll try to. My it's not even love hate, my hate.
No, I understand. So I was saying that, and I said it's funny that every time me and my co-host are talking about like news, especially recently, there's been a lot of things that it doesn't bode well for the Sony fan, and she's a Sony fan, and it doesn't bode well for this PlayStation fan. Sorry, actually, PlayStation, because every time, like at this point, at first it's a rivalry. Like I'm on the other side, you're on the other side. But I didn't write all of this, but I wrote at this point. Sometimes I feel sorry. Like it feels one of those things that, it's not right. It's just it's just not fair. It's not fair anymore. Like it's not just fair. That's all I can just say. It's just not, he started fairly. It's not fair. You know how Nintendo is not in the conversation. Not that they're not doing very well. Not that they're not doing boss-ass games, but Nintendo is on their own lane.
Yeah.
So
running their own race.
Even if, Nintendo can be like that third sibling. So two siblings are playing game, and the third sibling that is holding a pad that is disconnected. Nintendo can be.
That is so mean. That is so mean. Okay.
No, but that's the point. I'm not trying to say like they're not really playing the same game. They are playing something else. They are seeing something else. So they are on their own lane. But as time, and Nintendo was never like that from the beginning. So it's not like it's Sony and Microsoft came in, or Xbox and PS came in, and they just pushed Nintendo to their own lane from being because most of us, we all came in through Nintendo to the gaming world. Absolutely. And then all of a sudden, it's pushed to the corner.
Yeah.
It feels like something similar is happening to Sony. What I'm trying to say is that I'm not saying it for sure, but what I'm trying to say is that Microsoft is pushing Sony to the corner, and it will take some ballsy moves for Sony to get back into the race. Now, the question is, do they want to get back into the race? We don't know. The question is, do they want to just go into their own lane and be a Nintendo? We don't know. But I'm trying to say the disparity is building, like the differences are building. The league is there's a change in the way the thing is looking. And if Sony wants to continue competing as one of the respect us, they need to do something, because they should not be taking this rubbish of important part of our industry, and we value our relationship. Like, no.
Well, you've laid it down well, that if they want to keep competing, then they have to make their own moves, But if they now want to do their own thing and carry on doing their own thing, and that's a different thing entirely, and they can just follow that. So I agree. Yeah, that's basically how it is. Those two general options. Yeah, that's basically. And for me, well, where it would affect me properly, directly, not just indirectly. Is when they come and hit me on if they take away some of my precious things. That's when you see my radar, should I say. But that's when I would not have to think of what to do, should I say. But so now I can still sit pretty.
Let's see how this. Let's see what at this time next year. How things.
You know what? You know the funny thing is, I can't even sit and think about having to change to Xbox. I'm not even used to the controller. Nothing. It would be so much. That period of me having to change would be me complaining until you know how it is with anything.
Yeah.
Change,
no,
right?
that's something my
But
friend
before that, I'm like, what kind of controller is
no,
this?
but
What
my
is
friend.
this?
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. My friend used to say, just buy the
they use the other controller, so you don't
Yeah.
have to use things like there are options like that to be fair. There are options like that to be
But I'm sure you will prefer to change to the controller and then complain.
You mean the Xbox One? I complain. Well, if you're going to use it, then yes. Even when whatever comes up, instead of seeing my Sony or whatever sign, it will now be some Xbox thing. I'm like, what's this on my TV? What is this? But yeah. We'll see. But yeah, okay, you had some football news. This is all you, but yeah, you said Nigeria is through to the next round at African Cup of Nations, and we're supposed to be playing Tunisia. So
yeah,
good for them.
I mean, it's I'll have to say seriously, because let's not lie, yeah. I don't know if you're watching, but Nigeria is one of the best teams in AFCON at the moment. Like, I have to tell you, like, seriously, really good. We won all our 3 games, played really well. It's been really, really fun to watch. I love what Austin Eguavon is doing with our manager, who used to be a player before. Manager is the coach rather, not manager. Is doing such a wonderful job. I can't believe we're playing this well. Like, so well. Like, the defense is beautiful. Transition from defense to midfield, beautiful. Transition from midfield to striking options, beautiful. Goal scoring, everything. So yeah, that was just for the Nigerian people out there that listen to this podcast. Well done, Super Eagles.
That's good. That's nice. Okay. Godzilla TV series is in development at Apple. Really? I kind of don't want to see Godzilla anymore, but oh well. Those movies were enough. Like, those movies were terrible. Okay, anyway. Godzilla. For those who love Godzilla, it's coming. And last but not least, so apparently every dimension in the new or the upcoming Spider-Verse, like Into the Spider-Man Part 2, is going to have its own art style. And I'm very curious about that. We already absolutely loved the art style of the first movie. And to now sort of and to now have like slight differences based on every dimension they go to. That's going to be very interesting and colorful, should I say. There are going to be some
there will be some wacky ones.
Yeah, I mean,
there will be some really, really wacky one that will be like 2D Spider-Man and Spider-Man.
Maybe.
Like just, they're going to take the piss, the absolute piss in this thing.
They'll be able to have a lot of fun with it. You're right.
I can imagine when it comes for a graphic designer or developer or stuff like that, people that create these things. We watching it, we digest it differently. We watch it, and when we watch it, we're looking at it and we're like, we don't like it. We don't like this drawing. We don't like this. We're completely critical. But for the artist, it's a whole different thing. Like when an artist does abstract painting or some paintings that are quite weird or something like that, his mindset or her mindset creating such an art form is something to them that it's fun. They're enjoying themselves. Some of them, they're having fun. They're playing with things they could play previously. They're like, oh my God, how I can actually be allowed to do this and do that. Us looking at it from the other side, we're like, no, we would just prefer it to have been hardline, lovely graphics or blah, 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 things of that nature. But I'm just saying, why I mentioned that is because I believe sometimes we need to use the eyes of the artist to enjoy some of the things that they do. Because if they like now, I come into I watch some things and I'm like, I don't like the way you draw, but sometimes I have to carry a little bit of emotion to look at it and be like, so it's not that they couldn't draw the nice one or they couldn't do the ones that we like.
Their artistic decision.
This is artistic, and sometimes it might be fun to them. Maybe they've been allowed to do such a thing, and they're like,
yeah.
Do you know what it means to draw in this way? And maybe this is something that someone that they looked up to used to draw it that way in the past. As in, there's a lot that can go into it. So it's interesting.
Absolutely, you're right. Yes. And it's always going to be down to some people who like it, others won't as well. So
that's the truth. That's the truth. Anyways, we've come to the end.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a bit of a long one, I think, but it was good.
It was good. It was good. There was a lot of content in there, especially in the last part. So,
yeah. All right, guys. Thank you again for listening to Nyusu. And even though I'm the one taking us out, it's supposed to be Uforo, but he's decided to abscond his duties. So here I am.
Wow, what a shame. Thanks, guys. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.